First with the news, on air and online, Sharman Sacchetti, meteorologist Andy Gregorio. This is News 10 in the morning.
Fierce fighting in northern Iraq pays off as Kirkuk falls to coalition forces. Good morning, I'm Sharman Sacchetti. It is Thursday, April 10th. Thanks for joining us for News 10 in the morning. These are the latest developments in the war with Iraq. Breaking news coming out of the northern oil city of Kirkuk. Word is it has fallen to coalition forces. That coming as Iraqis take to the streets for a second day in celebration. Reporter Adaora Udoji has the latest from Qatar.
Well into the night, Iraqis celebrated the end of Saddam Hussein's heavy-handed rule. His troops and secret police chased out by U.S. forces.
Thank you, Mr. Bush.
In Baghdad's main square yesterday, Iraqis spontaneously let loose their rage on Saddam's statue. With the help of American Marines, it came down in a defining moment, and even then, they kept attacking.
The closer we got, the more they knew Saddam was finished, and they were glad to show it.
Away from the symbolic act of freedom, looters took advantage, snatching everything that was not nailed down, especially from government buildings. Others not so thrilled or intent on stealing were deeply suspicious of the coalition.
They came here to Iraq to help Iraqi people, but they are big liars.
That belief is fueling pockets of fierce resistance and leading U.S. officials to caution the war is far from over.
There's a lot more fighting that's going to be done. More people are going to be killed. Let there be no doubt.
Further north, the coalition has much work ahead. There, several hundred U.S. Special Forces, backed by air support, are fighting alongside thousands of Kurdish soldiers. They've captured a key town near Mosul and moved within a mile of Kirkuk, a land of major oil reserves. Iraqi loyalists here are not giving up.
I think their back's up against a wall right now, and it's going to take a little bit, to break that and get them the heck out of there.
But this morning there are reports coalition forces have taken control. They also expect a big fight in the northern city of Tikrit, Saddam Hussein's hometown. The dictator at the center of all of this is still missing. Rumors are rampant, with some saying he was killed in coalition strikes, others saying he's hiding in Baghdad or Tikrit, but no one really seems to know. Adaora Udoji, ABC News, Doha.
Let's head over to Andy now for a check on how your day is looking.
Alrighty, Sharman. Some of us have some sunshine now. Some of us still have clouds. Clouds, especially from the Mohawk Valley, Capital District on south and east. The sun up to the north. Temperatures there in the mid-20s, mid-30s now. But everyone is going to see some sunshine as the day wears on, turning partly sunny by noon up to 47. And a mostly sunny, nice and pleasant drive home with late-day temperatures in the low to mid-50s. Sharman.
Andy, thanks. The toppling of Saddam Hussein's regime marks an especially proud moment for Iraqis living in the United States. In Michigan, 1,200 Iraqi Americans celebrated the events happening in Baghdad. The group carried American, British, and Iraqi flags through downtown Dearborn. They say they've been waiting years for this. And proud families of those serving their country are watching as the changes unfold as well. Jean and John Boyle of Dalton say they've been watching the events unfold, hoping for the safe return of their son, Doug. They say it's tough because they haven't heard from their son in quite some time, but they do say they're very proud he's serving in Iraq.
Not like he was when he grew up and moved away from home. You'd hear from him a couple of times a week, and you knew what he was doing. Over there, there's the unknown that bothers you.
Jean says Doug was expected to be coming home from his 6-month deployment to Iraq right about now. They're hoping his division will be among the first sent home. In Georgia, hundreds come together to pay tribute to 6 soldiers who were killed when their Black Hawk helicopter went down. One of those soldiers was Bennington native Eric Halverson. He was piloting the chopper that went down in central Iraq last week. The memorial service was held at Hunter Army Field in Savannah. All 6 who were killed were remembered as men of great courage. Empty helmets and boots were placed in the chapel to remember each soldier. Don't plan on taking State Street in Albany to work this morning. The street between Swan and Eagle Streets remains closed because of concerns about ice falling from the Verizon building. Police say they hope to have that street reopened soon. Boston police may know at least part of a motive behind the murder-suicide at Mass General Hospital. They say Colleen Mitchell was suffering from clinical depression. Police believe she shot and killed Dr. Brian McGovern, then turned the gun on herself. Both the doctor and McGovern worked together at Mass General. McGovern also worked at St. Peter's Hospital here in Albany. This afternoon, teachers at a local elementary school are holding their annual fundraiser, but this year they're raising money for a patriotic cause. News 10's Scott Patterson joins us live from Guilderland to explain. Scott.
Hey, Sharman, right inside McDonald's here on Western Avenue, and if you come here to order an extra value meal this afternoon, you're going to be ordering from teachers and staff members of the Pine Bush Elementary School. Joining us now is the principal of that school, Martha Beck. And Martha, we were talking last half hour about how this money is going to military families, and it's something that hits kind of close to home for one of your fourth graders.
It does. We have a fourth grader, Elizabeth Angelson, and her mother is currently at Fort Drum. She's been called to active duty in the Army Reserve, and her mother is Major Lisa Angelson. So this is at least one family at Pine Bush right now who has a parent serving in the military actively.
Let's take a look at some video here out of Baghdad yesterday, and this is something that's on a lot of people's minds. Today's event, though, may mean even more after seeing this video yesterday.
I think so to children. Although children have been aware of what's going on, certainly the news changes from day to day, I think this has lifted everybody's spirits, that things seem to be moving along pretty well. But the important point is that children enjoy feeling that they're doing something to help.
You know, you look behind us here, it's early in the morning, so there's not many people here, but that's going to be a different story this afternoon. How exactly does this fundraiser work as far as the money being raised and what the teachers are doing?
Well, what happens is between the hours of 4 and 7, McDonald's will donate 20% of all the proceeds to whatever cause we are working for. And this particular year, we've gotten so much positive feedback from parents, from other people. It's something that everybody's energized about. A lot of staff members are planning on being here.
Okay, and they will be manning those counters and taking the orders from the kids for a day.
Yes, we will.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming out and joining us this morning. Good luck with your fundraiser. And once again, it is from 4 to 7 this afternoon here at the McDonald's on Western Avenue in Guilderland. Quick note to the people in the control room, I've received your orders in my ear. The food is on the way. We're live in Guilderland. I'm Scott Patterson, News 10 in the morning.
Scott, thanks. Even as investors watched American troops enter Baghdad, concerns about the U.S. economy still weighing heavily on their minds. News 10's Jane King joins us live from Wall Street. Good morning, Jane.
Good morning to you, Sharman. Well, markets have gone from worrying about the war to worrying about the economy again, although I have to tell you, traders just glued to the television monitors yesterday, watching with fascination as the events unfolded, in fact, erupting in cheers during some of the significant events yesterday. But still, as you mentioned, we closed to the downside. The earnings reports are starting to come out, and that's an area of concern, although Yahoo was the big one yesterday, and it did beat its earnings expectations. But here's how we finished. The Dow down by a little more than 100 points. It now sits at 81.97. The NASDAQ fell 26. Stocks of local interest that were moving yesterday include AOL, Time Warner. In fact, that was the most actively traded stock at the New York Stock Exchange. It closed up 4 cents. CSX down 32 cents. IBM fell $1.36, and M&T Bank off $1.45. Clear Channel Communications, the nation's largest owner of radio stations, says it will stop working with independent music promoters after members of Congress raised questions about this practice. The promoters are paid by record companies to tout their music to radio stations. Critics compare this practice to payola, which was declared illegal in the 1950s. And fraud on the internet rose sharply last year. The FBI reports more than 48,000 complaints. That's triple the number from the year before. By far the most common complaint was auction fraud, followed by non-delivery of promised merchandise, credit card fraud, and also fake investments. Sharman, back to you.
All right, Jane, thanks. Now for a look at how your day is shaping up, here is Andy with today's weather.
And it's shaping up pretty good, Sharman. We do have some increasing sunshine off to the west and north, and all of us will see that sun develop during the day. Let's look at what's going on right now. We have a temperature of 34 here in town. Utica, Glens Falls, Rutland have gone to mostly sunny skies, and as a result, temperatures have actually dropped a little bit into the mid and upper 20s. Off to our south and east, clouds still lingering, but don't worry, folks. North Adams, Pittsfield, you're at 33 now. You will see things warm up. Hey, speaking of warm or the lack thereof, how about this? The coldest start of April, to an April ever here in Albany. The first 8 days of the month, 29.6 degrees. That's about 12.7 degrees below normal, and temperature records go back to 1874. Today we're going to get up to seasonable, and in case you forgot what seasonable is, that's low to mid-50s across the board with sunny to mostly sunny skies. Going for a high of 54 here in Albany, Bennington at 53. The reason for the nice weather today, high pressure up over Maine working its way on slowly to the east. That means nice partly to mostly sunny skies, but we'll be watching storminess developing along the North Carolina coast. That's going to be moving our way tomorrow with some clouds and some rain. But for today, let's enjoy the sunshine. Low to mid-50s for highs, 32 tonight with clear skies early, clouds towards morning, and then on Friday, look for rainfall coming on in during the day. Could become heavy at times from Albany south and east later in the day through early tomorrow night. Low 50s for a high, showers at night near 40, showers into Saturday morning. Might even see a few wet snowflakes, especially over the high spots, but by afternoon breaks the sunshine. Low 50s on Sunday and dry, still in the low 50s on Monday, but a few showers that day, and then yes, after that, Tuesday and Wednesday, low to mid-60s with sunny to mostly sunny skies. That's your 7-day forecast. Here's Sharman.
All right, Andy, thanks. Coming up next here on News 10 in the morning, today's Modern Medicine. We are talking about identifying the early warning signs of skin cancer.
News 10 is sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Time is 6:42. Let's go to Jay Allen for the News 10 traffic scan.
Good morning, Sharman. Still an easy ride northway southbound side. See that volume pick up right around Crescent Road down over the bridges, 787 southbound. No delays as you head up the I-90 ramp. Little volume through downtown, but again, no delays or tie-ups. Thruway eastbound side, see that light volume develop through the exit 24 tolls. The thruway northbound side, watch out for lane closures and road work between exit 22 and exit 23 a little later on this morning. This report brought to you by Rex. Visit your local Rex store today with the News 10 traffic scan. I'm Jay Allen.
Jay, thanks. Today in Modern Medicine, you may think that mole or those freckles are harmless, but they can be early warning signs of skin cancer. Denise Dubois is a clinical esthetician with Complexion Spa. She is talking with us today about precancerous lesions on the skin. Good morning, Denise.
Good morning.
Denise, what are the 4 most common types of precancerous lesions?
Well, actinic keratosis is the one that we see most often. There's dysplastic nevi, congenital nevi, and Hutchinson's freckles.
Now, what exactly does all of that mean? What do they look like? What do they feel like?
Well, actinic keratosis are primarily from sun exposure, and they are pink or brown, flat, scaly lesions that they're flaky and they don't tend to heal. They never seem to go away. Congenital nevi are pigmented spots that you're born with. Hutchinson's freckles develop later in life. They are brown, flat spots that grow in size, and they also get darker. And then the dysplastic nevi develop after you're born, and again, they're brown types of moles that, again, change in shape and color.
Now, a lot of people have freckles, a lot of people have moles, and a lot of people, as they age, develop those brown spots. Does this always mean they're going to get skin cancer?
No, some of them are benign, which means they're non-cancerous. What you want to look for are any changes in the shape, changes in the color, irregular borders. They oftentimes are itchy. So any changes that you notice, you should have checked by your doctor.
How often should you go to the doctor and sort of have these things looked at?
Well, you should do a self-examination. It is recommended from the American Academy of Dermatology every 3 months, and then annually you should have a mole check by either a plastic surgeon or a dermatologist.
If you have perhaps a mole that you suspect may have changed or anything, if you have it removed, does that mean you've removed all fear of any sort of skin cancer there?
What they typically do is remove what they see and have a biopsy performed, and when they get the results back, depending on that, they would either take more skin to make sure that they've gotten everything, or if it comes back benign, then there's, there's no danger.
What are some of the good ways to protect against even developing any of these lesions throughout your life?
Well, the latter 3 that I mentioned that are the dark brown pigmented lesions, those are typically hereditary. The actinic keratosis, which develops from sun exposure, the best way to protect yourself from that is to wear sun protection and be aware of the amount of time that you spend out in the sun.
At an early age as well.
Absolutely.
All right, Denise Dubois, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Still to come here on News 10 in the morning, a warm-up is coming our way, not too soon. Andy will tell us when to expect it when we come back.
Just ahead on News 10, your exclusive storm tracker forecast. Leading the way in local news coverage on air and online. You're watching News 10 in the morning.
Time is 6:49 and it's 34 degrees outside. I'm Sharman Sacchetti. A man famous for his revolutionary diet is in the hospital. Dr. Robert Atkins fell reportedly on a snowy sidewalk while walking to work. He suffered severe head trauma. He's since undergone surgery. Atkins is known for his low-carb diet. He's listed in serious condition at a New York hospital. Andy joins us now with the weather. It's going to be a nice day.
It is. Actually, I did a peek out back because we don't have a window in the weather office, and I looked through the back door, and actually the sun is starting to come out here in Albany. It's going to be a really nice day today.
Not too soon.
That's
and next
right.
week looks great.
Yeah, well, hey, you gave away the 7-day, but yeah, you're right. We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's see what's going on with the forecast first. Partly to mostly cloudy for the drive-in, 32 by 8, 47 by noon, partly to mostly sunny, and after that, plenty of sunshine, drive-home temperatures at 5 o'clock in the low to mid-50s. All right, right now, this is what we have. We have mostly sunny, the sunny skies up to the north, Rutland at 28, Glens Falls at 27, a little bit of ground fog, a little bit of fog, too, out at Utica with mostly sunny skies and 28 degrees, partly sunny here in Albany, 34, the airport reporting a little bit of ground fog, and a mix of clouds and sunshine at North Adams with a temperature of 33, clouds and fog for Bennington, and still cloudy skies off to the south and east of Albany. But don't worry, folks, within the next hour or so, you should start to see breaks of sunshine developing. The reason for the good weather today, high pressure back to the west and off to the north, circulating some drier air on in. That's why today should be nice, but then storminess down over the Carolinas this morning will begin to lift northwards along the coast, and that's going to bring a return to clouds, and that's going to mean some wet weather for tomorrow. But for today, a lot of sunshine, nice, partly to mostly sunny weather today, and pleasant temperatures, actually just about where they should be for this time of year, low and mid-50s. Mainly clear tonight, and then as our next one begins to creep on north, those clouds will thicken up rather quickly by tomorrow morning, and by later in the morning and afternoon, look for rain to develop, possibly heavy at times too, especially from the eastern Mohawk Valley, Albany south and east, later in the day and early tomorrow night. Then the system moves on by during Saturday morning. This cold front moves on through around midday. That means the wet weather comes to an end, and we go back to nice, pleasant weather. So for around the region today, partly to mostly sunny skies and seasonable temperatures. In case you didn't know what seasonal is, it's right around 54 degrees, and that's what I'm going for here in Albany. A little bit cooler off to the south, where you'll get the sunshine the latest, and then up to the north, where it's already sunny, actually a bit warmer, Glens Falls, Lake George in the mid-50s. 7-day forecast, mostly clear, much of tonight, then some clouds towards morning, 32. For Friday, the rain, heavy at times later in the day, early at night, low 50s, 40 at night with some showers. A lingering shower of rain on Saturday morning, might even mix with a few flakes over the high spots that breaks of afternoon sun, 50, low 50s on Sunday and dry. A few April showers of rain, not snow, on Monday, low 50s, and there you see, that's what Sharman was talking about. Tuesday and Wednesday, low and mid-60s. Absolutely great weather for the middle of next week.
And we'll get past all the rain tomorrow.
That's
and
right.
all of that. Andy, thanks. When we come back, a recap of the events in the war with Iraq. But first, have a look at last night's Take 5 and lotto numbers.
Good evening, I'm Yolanda Vega. Welcome to the live Lotto and Take 5 drawings for Wednesday, April 9th, being observed by an auditor from KPMG. The Lotto numbers to win or share a jackpot of $40 million are 4, 44, 19, 22, 43, 25, and bonus number 2, making tonight's winning lotto numbers 4, 44, 19, 22, 43, 25, and bonus number 2. Now for tonight's Take 5 drawing. There were no first prize winning tickets in last night's Take 5 drawing. First prize money was shared among second prize winners. Tonight's winning Take 5 numbers are 13, 5, 31, 9, and 25, making tonight's winning Take 5 results 13, 5, 31, 9, and 25. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.